Good day to everyone. Today we're going to have a demo on how to create a new controller in Laravel. So previously we downloaded our first Laravel project and we named it My Profile. So this time we're going to use this to create a new controller. So first we need to run the Laravel project by using git bash inside its directory. So let's run git bash and just type php artisan serve, then wait for the url to be generated by the command. So here's the url of our laravel project. Just copy this url and paste this in the browser. And this is our previous output. Now let's head back in the Laravel project. So to create a new controller, always remember that our controllers are located inside the HTTP folder. Inside the folder, all controllers are here in the HTTP right here. Then inside the controllers, here's the main controller of our framework. So to make it easy, let's just copy this controller and rename this controller as our profile controller. Let's open this controller in editor. So this is the code inside our profile controller, which is the same as the controller we duplicated earlier. So here, what we're going to do is let's just clean this part. So let's remove this. Then we're going to name this controller as the same as the file. So profile. Then let's extend this controller to the controller we copied earlier. So we extended the profile controller to the controller because we're going to use the controller as our main controller for our future task, for example. Then inside this controller, just clean this one. Then inside the controller, we're going to create our first function. So public function index. So this is the function we're going to use to run our first view file of the controller. So inside the controller, let's use return to call the view layer. So let's use make So this make function is one of the built-in functions of the Laravel. So you can visit the documentation of the functions or other functions that we can use inside the controller, just like this one, the make function. Then inside this function, let's call the index. So this first parameter, this is the view file we're going to call inside the view folder. Then to run the view library, let's call this library by this method. So let's use view, and that's it. We have the first controller. So after that, because we call this index file inside the view folder, we're going to create this folder. We're going to create this file inside the view folder. So the view folder is inside the resources folder of the project. So this one, what we're going to do is we're going to just we're going to rename this one into index. So it's inside the view folder. So resources, views. So this is the welcome.blade. Just rename this blade file from welcome to index. Then let's open this one. So this is our um, index.blade.php. This is our view file of our first controller, which is the profile controller. Now that we have the controller and its view, we're going to register the controller in the web.php. So the web.php is inside the routes. So let's open this web.php. So as you can see, this is where the view file earlier, which is welcome.blade, is registered. So what we're going to do is we're going to register our controller and its view. To do that, let's just call our controller by this method. So use app http controllers. So this part is the directory of our controller that we're going to register in the web.php. So before we continue, as you can see, this is the description of the this file. So this web routes is where we register our controllers and our views that we were going to create in this Laravel project. So let's proceed to call the profile controller that we created. After that, let's change this uh, route we have here. So just remove the parameters and change the get to any. So we're going to use this uh, for the display and any transactions or processes that we are going to do in this controller. So for more details about the functions like any, get, you can visit the link of the documentation that we discussed previously on how to download the Laravel project. So inside the any parameter, just create this first parameter as empty string. This is the URL of the view file. So we're going to declare the URL as the first page that will be displayed on the browser. That's why we put the empty string here in the first parameter of the function. Next is the second parameter where we are going to call the controller, and the name of the view file that we declared inside the controller, which is the index. And that's it. We have the registered controller and the view file of the controller we created. Now to test the new controller and its registered route, let's head back to the browser, then reload this page. If it displays an error, I think we have a problem if in the controller or the routes. But if there is not, we created the routes and controller successfully. And okay, so we have an error. So I think I mistyped the name of the profile controller. So I think it's in the web routes. So this is the error. So sometimes we mistype our code, and that's the common reason why we have an error in the project. So better look carefully on what we are typing, especially the semicolon in the end. That's the enemy of the programmers. Now let's head back to the browser and check if there is an error. Okay, so we have an error in the controller. I think I forgot to call our main controller. So I removed the main controller previously. So let's return that on the controller that we created. So let's call the main controller. First, we locate this controller by typing its directory. So we have app HTTP controllers. So the directory of the main controller and its name. Then let's head back to the browser. Okay, there is still an error. Mhm. Let's restore the namespace that we removed. So I think this is the missing part of our controller, which I removed earlier. So I did notice that we removed this one. So let's head back to the browser and check if there is still an error. And that's it. So that's the error. I removed the namespace. Uh, I mean the path of the controllers in the controller that we created. And now here we have the output uh, of our Laravel project, which is the new controller and its a new view named index. Now to test if it really runs correctly, let's create a data or a basic data on our controller by putting a new variable. So let's declare a new variable and let's name this as data, and let's create its new element like my pic. What we're going to do is we're going to insert an image. In other words, I'm going to insert my profile picture in the page. So before we proceed to create or declare a new variable of our profile, let's locate our image first. So I already provided my image outside the project folder. So this one, just let's copy this picture and let's put this picture inside the public folder. So remember, the public folder is where we put our resources, I mean the assets of our project, like JavaScript file, CSS, images. So this is where we put our resources, or in other words, our assets of the project. So inside the public folder, let's create a new folder and just name this one as images. Inside this folder, let's paste our picture. Now that we have the picture, let's head back to the controller and let's assign a value of our picture here in this variable. So let's call the images. So the name of the folder that we created in the public folder. Then inside the images is the JPEG file or my profile. My picture dot JPEG. So let's double check if the picture's name is correct. So let's check here in the public folder inside the image. So we have my picture.jpg. So this is the location of our image. Then let's create another element of our variable by putting this one. So let's say my name, and let's put my name here as its value. Now that we have our data, so this variable, we're going to use this to display the profile picture and my name on the page. So to do that, let's let's extend a new parameter on our make function by initializing our variable data, so that all the elements on this variable will be accessible on our view file. Let's just use the PHP basics, like this PHP tag. Let's call echo my name. So we're going to put my name in the title, and inside the body, let's call my name too by changing hello world to this one. So to make it fast, let's copy this one. Then above the heading one, let's insert an image. Then inside the src attribute, let's call our my picture. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, my pic. So let's display my pic. Okay, now that we called the two elements of our variable, so we have the element my name as the title and the heading one, and the element my pic as the URL or image path of our image. Now that we have the details of our view file, let's head back to the browser. Just reload this and check if we're going to see the image and my name. And as you can see, um, this is my pic and my name. So this is how we are creating a new controller and registering our view file and controller inside the web routes. Okay, so see you next time on another topic. Just don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell of the channel.